Hello world, this is a Dragoon up to level 60 guide. This is Shadowbringers 5.1. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that bell for future content. So let's start this off at level 52. We get Battle Litany, increases critical hit rate of self and nearby party members by 10%, duration of 20 seconds. It is instant cast with 180 second off global. Pretty straightforward. You try to hit as many of your party members with this. This is high key point of Dragoon. This is pretty much the main reason why you want a Dragoon in your party. This and something else that we'll be talking about later. Battle Litany, get in there. Level 54, we get one of our most important off globals. We get Blood of the Dragon. It is instant cast with a 25 second off global. It increases potency of your jump and your spine shatter dive by 30%, duration of 30 seconds. Additional effect grants a sharper Fang and Claw upon successfully execution of full thrust, or enhanced wheeling thrust upon successfully executing chaos thrust. It lasts for 10 seconds, unless, of course, you use them or you use a weapon skill that is not them. And they also will be cancelled upon those 10 seconds being up. So this is going to be your Blood of the Dragon. Just make sure this guy is on you before you actually start doing any weapon skills. Or any damage at all, really. Level 56, we get Fang and Claw. Delivers an attack with a potency of 320, 360 when executed from the target's flank. That is the side. Can only be executed while under the effect of both Blood of the Dragon and Sharper Fang and Claw. Additional effect extends Blood of the Dragon's duration by 10 seconds to a maximum of 30. It is instant cast with a weapon skill global cooldown. And opposite of that, at level 58, we get Wheeling Thrust. Delivers an attack with a potency of 320, 360 when executed from target's rear, that is the back, where the gap is. It can only be executed while under the effects of both Blood of the Dragon and Enhanced Wheeling Thrust. Pretty much the opposite of the other one. Additional effect extends both Blood of the Dragon duration by 10 seconds to a maximum of 30. It is instant cast with a weapon skill global cooldown. Then finally, level 70, we get Geirskogul. That is how you pronounce that. Delivers an attack with a potency of 300 to all enemies in a straight line before you. The line is very wide. Can only be executed while under the effect of Blood of the Dragon. It is instant cast with a 30 second off global. Alright, welcome everyone. This is your single constant. We're going to do buff into damage, damage into buff, rinse and repeat. Let's do Blood of the Dragon into True Thrust, into Disembowel, into Chaos Thrust, and finish it off with our Wheeling Thrust from the rear. Let's go ahead and do True Thrust into Vorpal, ready your Life Surge into the Full Thrust. Well, make sure you stay at the flank for the Fang and Claw. Let's stay at the flank for another True Thrust, Vorpal Thrust, Full Thrust, and your second Fang and Claw. So this is basically your damage phase. Let's go back to True Thrust, Disembowel, so we're going to renew our buff phase. Chaos Thrust into the Wheeling Thrust. So this is going to be your single target opener / rotation. Let's do the Blood of the Dragon into Lance Charge, into a Piercing Talon, get into melee along with Battle Litany. Let's do the True Thrust into Disembowel, Geirskogul into Chaos Thrust, jump into the Wheeling Thrust, make sure you stay at the rear. Let's do the Spine Shatter into the True Thrust. Let's do the Dragon Fire into the Vorpal Thrust. Let's do that Life Surge into that Full Thrust every single time. Fang and Claw for flank. Let's do the True Thrust, Vorpal into Full Thrust, so make sure you stay at flank. Into another Fang and Claw. Let's rinse and repeat, so we're going back into the rear. Let's do True into Disembowel, Geirskogul into Chaos, into Jump, and finish off with the Wheeling Thrust. Alright, so let's start off with Blood of the Dragon into the Lance Charge. Let's do that Piercing Talon into Battle Litany. Let's go with the True Thrust into Disembowel. Toss that Life Surge along with that Geirskogul, but position yourself. Let's do the Doom Spike number 1 into Jump. Number 2 into the Dragonfire Dive. Make sure you hit as many as possible. Into Doom number 3 into Spine Shatter Dive, and after that just go ahead and pick your closest target to basically initiate your spam of auto attacks. Now your closest target basically is anything that's closest to you, but it also gives you a good angle to hit as many mobs as possible with your Doom Spike. Alright, so for the Glamour section, you guys posted you wanted to do some of this stuff, so here it is. The Pike of the Fiends. Most of the stuff on the left side is basically crafted, besides the Bone Wicca Skinner's Visor, but Pike of the Fiend is basically crafted at level 60. The Bone Wicca Skinner's Visor is from a level 70 dungeon, I believe. It's kind of a rare drop, especially because it's a Dragoon only. The Zonorous Skin Coat of Maiming is also crafted, level 76. Replica High Elegant Gauntlets of Maiming is crafted. You might have an issue with the materials for this, but otherwise it's pretty cheap. Mostly cheap. The Kutsu, however you pronounce that, Long Kilt of Maiming is also crafted, level 64, Dragoon only. And finally, the Doman Iron Greaves of Maiming is also crafted, level 64. And the stuff to the left side or to the right side is the Peach Blossoms. You can find this on the Mog Station or cash item. Namazu is from of course, the Namazu Beast Tribe, and then the Emperor's new bracelet along with the new rings. Alright, so testing voice. Voice looks good. This is going to be a level 60 dungeon example for Dragoon. Dragoon is pretty static, pretty straightforward. The rotations are as simple as it seems, honestly. There's not much to it at this point. Not much to Dragoon all the way up to 80, but it does get a little bit more complicated as we progress. For now, it's pretty straightforward. The rotations, they don't require a whole lot of adjusting. Let me lower the ambience music here. I think that should be good right there. Alright, so let's get started. If there's issues with the sound, I'll try to buffer that as much as possible. But for now, let's go ahead and just get started with this. I'm not going to toss any buffs yet until the tank gets situated. And looks like that's about it. I'm not going to toss my big buffs. They're kind of a waste on these small mob pools. Let's go ahead and do my full thrust, and that pretty much takes care of that. Now, your rotations, they kind of refill this guy here, as long as you finish them. The AoE is kind of a finicky thing. So as long as you finish the rotations, you should get an extra 10 seconds added to your Blood of the Dragon. The AoE does not affect that, so try to minimize that as much as possible. Let's get my buffs going. Gotta toss both of those buffs at the same time. So you want to put them down immediately. Go ahead and do a simple rotation here to kill those mobs. It's kind of hard to do an actual decent rotation because these guys obviously will die so quickly. Let's get this one. Go ahead and stun him. True into that jump. Make sure you land the Fang as the flank and the Wheeling as the rear. Alright, so boss fight. Boss fight is basically single target. Your constant should be in the rotation list. If you guys don't know the constant, I'm going to show you here real quick. So make sure you put that Blood of the Dragon on. Let's go ahead and get that buff on. I'm going to put Battle Litany on as soon as possible. So we're going to do the wheeling into 2 Fang and Claws. If I can get close to the boss here. So 2 Fang and Claws. It's basically dependent on how long you have how much time you have left of your disembowel. So it all depends on disembowel. Obviously the boss was moving around a lot, so I didn't really get a good chance. So we're going back to buffing. Let's go ahead and do, we're gonna kill this guy. So 2 wheelings. And try to position ourselves so we can hit that flank. 1 more wheeling should do and get that life surge. So we're gonna position this guy so I can hit it. No, moved again. It's okay because the life surge gives us both healing and critical hit on the next weapon skill. So we're going to disembowel once more. You're not even going to get to do that. I'm sorry. I'm pretty busy here. I don't need these bosses to last longer than they need to. And as always, you guys have a good one, and we'll see you next time for our next guide.